Good morning and welcome to Retro Boost Live, where nothing ever wants to go right. Good morning and a beautiful Saturday blessing to you as well, Larry. Well, it looks like tragedy has befallen me. I was gonna play more Super Metroid today. The last time I played that, we did the space time glitch. But it looks like my Super Nintendo, my Super Metroid cartridge's battery is finally gone. Because as you can see there, booted it up a few minutes ago to be greeted by a wonderful no data screen. So, rip, there goes that. Uh, Knowing that it's dead, there's really no point to playing that today, because I mean, unless I sat here and like did the entire game, can't save the progress unless I leave the console running until the next time I stream, which I don't want to do that. So, ouch. That no. So, plan B. Gonna do something else. I think what I'll do. I'm not gonna do Star Fox, which was the plan for tomorrow. I'll leave that for its own thing. But I think I'm gonna quickly kind of find an alternative, and I think I know what that alternative is gonna be. But I need a few moments to set it up, so I will be right back. Let me hit the pause button. Back. uh, no, not Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong is like Tori's jam, and I would definitely want to save that for playing with him. Because I've managed to acquire all the Donkey Kong Country games for the Super Nintendo. Plus, I've got other ones. That's something that'll be floated around for a little while for Retro Boost Arcade. All right, quick pivot into something else. So I've Wait for that to load. I've kind of wanted to mess around with the Wii U Virtual Console stuff on stream, because it's pretty wild. So might as well just fart around with that for a little bit today. So the Wii U, turn that down a little bit, it's as loud as me. Nintendo's Wii U had quite the robust little virtual console system to it. All the usual games were supported for it, like the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo Entertainment System, the N64. They also worked in Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance, and the Nintendo DS. So you can play DS games through the Wii U, and it's pretty wild, like how it does it. So you're seeing the top screen. You're seeing the top screen on the capture, but like the bottom screen is on the Wii U's tablet. That's kind of the best way to play it. It's wild, and it opens up the door for like doing games like Mario Kart DS, Mario 64 DS, and others, either just playing on the couch or on a stream. So, given that my copy of Super Metroid needs to be serviced, I figure I'll go into that. Let me rename the stream. Metroid Hunters Episode 1. Oh. Get rid of this other stuff. Okay. Just gotta edit some of this data here. There we go. Almost there. Okay. All done. So, anyway, this is like the best way to capture it, but you can customize it quite a bit. If I hit the trigger there, screen settings. So that's kind of how I'm currently doing it, but you could also play it like that, or like that. That's the main way. Or like that. Or if you, I don't know what the logic with this one is, but you get that. So just so you can see both screens, I'll do this. So there's the full thing. So it's like sideways on the tablet now. I don't know. This is like tablet mode, I guess. I don't know. Touch to start. Okay, Prime Hunters. Start. I haven't played this one in a while, but on the Wii U, it's a way to play it as if it's not a DS game. Create a new game. Go. Okay. Man, I guess I gotta look into replacing the battery in that cartridge. Man, I was not expecting that to happen today. Don't think it's terribly difficult to do that, though. It's like the only Super Nintendo game I have that I would want to have it be a functioning, savable game. I mean, I guess that and Kirby Superstar, I suppose, which is like 4 years, 2 years newer than Super Metroid. So the battery might have a couple years left in it. If Super Metroid's era, the age is a benchmark to go by. Man. Yeah. I didn't have many DS games, but this is one that I remember liking quite a bit. Oh, well, which game? Super Metroid or one of the other ones I mentioned? Alright. Oh no, my controls. Oh, never mind. Okay. That's so weird. Scan. That's the morph ball. Scan. Nope. Jump. Look. Oh, gonna have to get used to all this. Oh, Super Metroid. Yeah, it's gradually grown in price. I got it. I bought my copy maybe toward 2010, 2011 territory. I think I paid like $50 to get it with its case, like with its original box and everything, which is probably way more expensive now. No. Okay, so the way the controls work, you can customize the controls of this game quite a bit, because they had to make it like, you know, what if you're left-handed, what if you're right-handed, whatever. So, what I did when I briefly messed around with this game a few months ago is set it up so that the buttons, because I'm left-handed, I'm a left-handed guy, so the face buttons on the tablet are my movement / strafing. The left stick is my aiming, and then the shoulder buttons shoot. And then what I did is I made the sensitivity like way lower than the default, because that helps with using a stick for aiming, because they want you to be using the touchscreen for this, so you'd have like really kind of sensitive control. Nope. So I've like lowered the sensitivity a great deal to make it kind of flow like a regular first-person shooter. Oh yeah, I grew up with like Metroid Prime, so like the first-person kind of shooter ones are the ones that I was most used to. I love Super Metroid; it's easily my favorite in the whole franchise. The only new 2D one that I played was Dread, which I also really loved. I thought Dread was fantastic. This one's definitely ambitious for them to want to do like a Prime-esque game. Oh, I needed to get missiles. Oh, you probably can't destroy these. Nope. Wow. There we go. Easy. Turn off. Alright. Easy as that. Gunship transmission. Warning, confirmed arrival of unidentified vessel. Extreme caution is advised. Uh-oh. Nice. I didn't play the original one until kind of recently, like all the way through. Like I'd messed around with it here and there, because you can unlock it in Metroid Prime. So I played it like through that. But it wouldn't really be until I started the channel that I actually played the original all the way through. Hi, Niall. Nice to have you here. If you're just joining in, I had to make a sudden change of plans as my Super Nintendo cartridge of Super Metroid seems to have its battery finally died. I hope you have a good day at work also. But when I started the channel back in 2020, I was doing like game reviews and stuff. And I wanted to do something that I wanted to do something that was familiar but also new. So I chose the original Metroid because I've never beaten it before. So that was the first time I played it all the way through. And I had a good time with it. That game's fun. Oh no. Die. God. I think this game's a little bit forgiving in its difficulty just because they know how, even with the touchscreen, the controls are a little bit difficult. Oh, God. Hey. Zero Mission's fantastic. I like that one too. I don't think I've ever played a Metroid game that I like thoroughly didn't like. They've all got something for me to enjoy. Metroid Prime is basically just Super Metroid, but first person. It's like structured like the exact same way. I've always thought that. Because both of them have you starting on a spaceship that blows up or crashes. Your first area is like a rainy, kind of Earth-like little overworld. They both have like the Magmore Caverns kind of environment. Norfair, Magmore Caverns. They both have a wrecked ship. It's kind of interesting. The like Super Metroid, the Prime has those conventions to it. Series staples, I suppose. Hello, Emmy. Nice to have you popping in, and Passix as well. We had like I told Niall a second ago, and Larry was here to witness it. We had some issues with the intended plan today. My Super Metroid cart seems to have had its battery finally die. Let's see. Yoink. Oh. He just kind of came up. Star Wars games. We got some Star Wars stuff in the work for the channel. It's going to be the next episode of the arena thing that we do. Gonna have them competing to guess which franchise has the higher user score. So the idea would be like I give them like, okay, episode 4 A New Hope or Fellowship of the Ring, which one has the higher user score that I'll average between different sources. But then where I'm going to really mess with them is I'm going to have it start with the franchise as a whole, so that like out of the gate they're going to be like, okay, I know that one has the higher score versus the other. So then when I transition to asking them for the individual movie versus movie, they'll kind of have that like bias in their mind about like, okay, I know that like a lot of them are going to have a higher score. I'm looking forward to it. Be some fun conversations too. They don't ever watch these streams, so I can say that knowing that it'll be fine. As far as Metroid not on N64, I'd be curious to know some more specifics there, because like I've always read that it was like the quote that I think it was Miyamoto made, where he was like, "We never had any concrete ideas." Comes up a lot, but it would be interesting to know if there was more to it than that, because I'd always be sure, we'd be curious to know. Where did he go? He had the boost ball. Thought I had the boost ball. Guess not. Oh yeah, I do. Boost. Boost. It's not boosting. Man, where'd he go? I got disoriented. Oh no! Ah, stop hitting the button. Oh, there's the boost. No! I think I overshot it. I think it's this one. Yeah, here we go. Ooh, tomorrow we'll be in 64, because we'll do... I'm going to do Star Fox 64, Expert Mode, the hard path. I've never beaten Star Fox 64, like the true ending on hard, on Expert Mode. That'll be kind of fun. Hopefully I can do it. I debated doing that today, but I wanted to kind of preserve that for Sunday like I was originally planning. Plus, I've been floating the idea of doing a Wii U virtual console thing anyway, so I might as well test it out and just see how it goes. Alright, here we go. There he is, he's a bug. Alright, in Prime Hunters, there's like other bounty hunters, and you fight them as bosses, and as the game opens up, you can just kind of encounter them like in the environments. Ow. And like you're kind of fighting over these key artifact things, and like they can take them from you, and then you have to give them back, and it's kind of like a little... There's little situations that can develop from it that are kind of cool. This game had multiplayer too, and you could play as the different hunters in multiplayer. I remember being pretty good as the rock guy. Oh, they wanted Rare to do that? That's interesting. I can see them... Yeah, because like Nintendo had a pretty good relationship with Rare at the time. I can see that. I know that Retro Studios, who made Prime, they had like 5 different games in the pipeline, and they decided to cut them all in favor of focusing on Prime, and it was like a big risk situation for them. Because if it didn't work out, that's all their eggs were in that basket. Hey! Oh, I think I got him. the missiles lock on? Because Nintendo got Rare to shift their dinosaur RPG into a Star Fox game around that time. That's what happened with them. They were making that. They were making the game that would become Star Fox Adventures, and it wasn't gonna be that. And then they were like, "Yeah, but make it a Star Fox game." And they're like, "Excuse me?" Where'd he go? Oh God! Come on, you coward! Oh yeah. Oh. Ah! Die, monster! God. We're just in the mix there. 11 rare. That sounds about right. They were a lot. They were in their golden era at that time, between Super Nintendo and the N64. And then the Dark Ages. They did Star Fox Adventures, and then I think that's when Microsoft acquired them, and they went into a weird period. Banjo 3 was like supposedly in development, and then it kind of either got hung up or converted to that nuts and bolts nightmare. I remember, actually, funny Rare thing, when I worked at GameStop, and thus I was like kind of on bated breath every year with E3, paying attention to like everything with E3. It was like 2013. Yeah, 2013. Same year that Microsoft announced the Xbox One. They announced it in May in like their own little event. So then E3 was a month later. And at E3, you know, we're all expecting to see a bunch of Xbox stuff. Like, oh man, there's gonna be a bunch of Xbox announcements. And one of the announcements was like, Rare has a plan. Like, Rare's doing something. There's a big Rare announcement. So everyone's like freaking out because Rare is gonna be announcing something. And everyone's like, oh man, is it going to be Killer Instinct? Like, is Killer Instinct coming back? Is it something else? Like, is it going to be Banjo? Like, Banjo's going to come back? Like, whatever. Everyone's freaking out. And when they do the presentation, by complete coincidence, yes, Killer Instinct got announced. It was the Killer Instinct that was on Xbox One. And, like, a lot of people kind of wrote that off as, like, the big Rare announcement. But that wasn't the big Rare announcement. It was Kinect Sports Rivals on the Xbox One that like no one cared about at all. So I found that like really funny. They were like, guys, Rare has this huge announcement. It's just a Kinect Sports game. And it's like, oh, come on, man. Because they didn't make that Killer Instinct game. It was a studio called Double Helix, are the ones that made it. Everyone just kind of like thought that that was Rare's thing. It was not. I've never played Conker's Bad Fur Day. Obviously, I really like the Diddy Kong Racing, and that one grew on me over the years. Because I didn't play it much as a kid. But played it again for the channel and kind of fell in love with it. So here again, the cutscenes. See, I have you only get half of it. I get the rest right here. It's so weird, but it's the best way to capture it because you get the full screen up top, which is the main screen. So Whoa. Wow. Do I win? Wow. Stop it. It's a very simple boss. Have to hit him with missiles when he shows up next. Ah. I need to get my hands on Conquer. I'd be curious to play it. I know it's I've never seen it like in the wild. At any of the various game shops I've visited across all territories, I've never seen that one. I also really want Paper Mario for my collection. I mean, I have it on Wii U, but I would like to have the actual cart. No! Ah, come on. Okay. I guess you can't just hammer into it. You have to... I can only do so much damage. Oh my god, enough with this. This boss fight's terrible. It's just boring. Fighting the other hunters is way more fun. I mean, I assume it wouldn't work, but it'd be kind of cool if you could have done multiplayer in this. Because that would have been interesting. Oh god, finally. It's over 130? That sounds about right. Samus got a Chaos Emerald. So if I'm not mistaken, these are the things that the other hunters can steal. Hello. But since it's just canned in, there's not really much to worry about. Evacuate immediately for a nondescript reason. Ah! God, enough. Oh, I gotta go back the long way. Hello, Wayne. Nice to have you here. And yeah, this playing with a controller, even if it is the Wii U's tablet, makes this way more tenable. Cause yeah, I had like struggled. I struggled with this one too, playing it. It's on the original hardware. Cause again, being left-handed, that means I have to use like the buttons and stuff. It was like a whole thing. Oh no, wrong way. Ah! I would really like to get my hands on a RetroTINK 4K, but I think my tax return money is going to be funding a new computer, because this one is showing some worrying signs. Struggles to do a bunch of stuff nowadays. I've had to go into safe mode multiple times, like reinstall like different programs and components, so it's getting about that time with it. I mean, it's been 5 years, so it's a fair life. I don't need anything fancy. I just need it to work. Hey, Sir G. Which door? Maybe this one. Is there no map screen? Hey, there is a map screen. Jeez. Celestial Gateway. Data Shrine 1. Oh god, I don't... Favorite Alpha, Synergy Core, what? Well... It is a Wii U playing a DS game because I had to rapidly change my plans. I was gonna do Super Nintendo with the 2X Pro, playing some more Super Metroid, but I booted that up and all my save files were gone. So I think what happened is either I don't think it was corruption because I've done that trick before, but I think the battery in the cartridge finally just gave out, so the save data was lost as a result. So decided to pivot to this, because I wanted to do some Wii U stuff before, so might as well give it a shot and see how it goes. And this was something completely different than what I've streamed in the past. Never done a DS game before. got him. Ah, missiles are fun. Escape into the gunship. Oh, it's weird. The map's on the tablet. Oh. So now we have our first planet. Have a good rest of your evening, Emmy. Nice to have you here. Wee, wee. Oh, nice. It's supposed to be scanning stuff, but it's not really. Meh. It's kind of a pain to switch to the scan visor, given the control scheme. Morph ball maze. Oh god, the camera. Oh man. Oh, here we go. Something. Oh, need a key. Heard a key. Heard it. I hear you. Where are you? That's the entrance. That's a loop that connects. Oh my god. Oh, okay. Aha. I will say that going off of what Larry was saying, the 2X Pro, for what it does and what it costs, is awesome. Having the flexibility for the type of input cabling that it has is great. Obviously, its one weakness is that you lose utility with it for your kind of GameCube, PS2, Xbox, and forward. So if you're Super Nintendo, Genesis, and 64, NES, your main thing, 2X Pro is awesome. 5X Pro, me having the kind of console collection that I do, owning a bit of everything, is what makes sense for me. Definitely expensive, but it fills all my needs. Ah. Well. Oh, he like shoots back. Probably need a certain weapon for that. They're everywhere. It's a purple one. These are like the power doors, basically. Need to get the other beam weapons. Oh, here we go. I think is there two of them or one of them? Excuse me. Alright, I'm gonna come up there. I'm gonna come up there and beat you up. Oh. Ow. Well, come on, hit him. Whoa. Oh. Coward. Nice. There. Fights on. So he does like flamethrower damage, which is not good. Stop it! Ah! Still got me. Oh no! Oh god, those are kind of close. Yay, 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 yay. Another artifact. Alright, cool. The next one that I'm doing is going to be Star Fox 64 on expert mode. Going to do the hard path. And then after that, I think what I might do is kind of on my own get Super Metroid kind of back to where it was on one of my other digital copies, like the Wii U Virtual Console, for example. Or something else. I'll figure it out. Hoi! Hoi! activated. Oh, this portal's activated. We got 3 of the artifacts. Oh, not ready for that. Low health. But that's why we got the fast travel. Let me on. Let me on. Exits. Nice. Okay, looks like it's boss time. Funny enough, you say that. My first exposure to Super Metroid was also not the SNES. It was given to me like a friend at school had a bunch of like emulators and stuff on his like a USB drive. He was playing them in our like computer class, and he gave them to me as like a just like a copy of them, and so I started playing them that way. And one of the games was Super Metroid. I already played Prime, so I knew what the franchise was. Like, this is a Metroid game. Like, oh wow. So my first time beating it, playing it, was with like a keyboard. And I was obviously like really bad at it. Couldn't do like a lot of the tricks, wall jumps, etc. It took weeks, but I did beat it on just keyboard, arrow keys and other buttons. God, aim's atrocious. I remember having to like look up. One thing I used to do back then was I would look up like speed runs of a game if I ever got stuck. Like I did that for Fusion a lot, Metroid Fusion. I would look up like speed runs and stuff. Which the problem that would sometimes lend to is that maybe I'm seeing like a technique that was like something that you're not supposed to normally do. Like little speedrun tricks or like skips or whatever, and then I have to find like a different video that like didn't have that. Or for some of them, that's just how I like learned to play it. Like playing some of the dungeons like out of order in Ocarina of Time, for example, were like due to me just seeing it in a speedrun that way. Like starting with the volcano, for example. Like you can play them out of order, but like anyone playing that game organically would no doubt start with the Forest Temple. No. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm totally gonna die. Uh-oh. Oh, 12 HP. That's funny though. All of us haven't played it on the OG hardware to start with. That's funny. Boy, that was close. Energy. Uh-oh. Only 4 minutes this time. No. Down into... Ah, God! There we go. Go, 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 go. Oh, crap. No, 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 no. Oh, God. Oh, no. 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 Oh. Aha. Oh. Power everywhere. God, stop always hitting me. Man, I've had some close calls. Ah. But you thought. Yeah. Not today. What did I have, like 1 HP, I think? Like that was close. That would have meant doing that whole boss fight over again too, which would have really sucked. I don't even know why you have to run back to the ship. Like you could just stay. I don't know. They're like, in Metroid games, you have to escape things, so escape. Oh, that's interesting. That's a cool factoid. My grandmother grew up in Chile, so when I was like really young and spent time with her, I had picked up like a ton of Spanish. But then moving away from her, uh, because all my family lives way up north. Um, extended family, I should say. Lost like all of it. So she's not from Chile herself. All of my heritage seems to be like English, going back grandparents and prior. Well, that's interesting. I've always been interested in trying to like relearn all that Spanish that I used to know. It would certainly come in handy. Yeah, that was funny. Like, oh, he's dead. You were on the draw and you were like ready for it, and then I pulled it back. Definitely close. Two close calls. So now there's more planets to choose. There's the archive. We were just here. We can also go to this defense outpost. That's where Silex is, who looks like is going to be playing a big part in Metroid Prime 4. And then Arcterra, which is where Noxus and Trace first appear. Trace is pretty cool. I like Trace's design. But that, let me switch it back to the home screen. That is where I'm going to end things today, because I was planning on doing a lot of Super Metroid. I want to kind of work on that some today separately. Some other projects too, actually, to get to. So tomorrow will be Star Fox 64. Gonna do the expert mode hard path, which I've never done. I'm sure that'll be really interesting. Hopefully I can beat it. If not, we'll just keep going until I do. The plan will be to beat it. Our Metal Gear Rising. Oh, I've only played like a teeny tiny bit of that game. I could put that on the list. Tomorrow's definitely going to be Star Fox 64, but I am super willing to do Rising Revengeance for a future stream. Could do that probably next week. I don't own it, but that one's not hard to find, and it's not expensive. So ownership is not an issue for that one. Because I never played it, and there's like a lot of memes that come out of it, so I am kind of like curious to play it. The whole like Nano Machines son is like a meme that I see a lot, so I kind of would be curious to get like a lot of that context. So yeah, that's a good suggestion. Oh, the Texan accent. Howdy, partner. I'm probably gonna offend people that live in the South. Yeah, there's a lot of different accents around here. Mine is like, I guess you could say that I have a northern accent, but not like a super northern accent, because there's like shades of it. This is gonna be like extremes, obviously, but you know, like I'm being kind of a jokester, but you know, you got like you got your howdy partner, you got your country stuff, which I've met a lot of people that have like super thick country accents in my time. I once worked at this like rural corner convenience store, and these like farmer types would come in there, and it'd be like that, like, crazy day we're having today, isn't that something? Like, that's definitely what they talk like. Then you got like the far northern accents, like, you want to get your coffee? I get my coffee up in here. Like, you got that. Those are two extremes. I am somewhere in the middle, because I'll use southern vernacular like y'all, because I grew up around that, but I did not pick up the farmer talk otherwise. So that's definitely a thing. Anyway, so thanks everyone for joining me today. Had to switch things up rapidly at the coffee. Had to switch things up and just kind of mess around with the Wii U, since I already had that in the back of my mind. I was just like, let's just play that today. So tomorrow, N64, Star Fox 64. We'll see how expert mode goes, because that'll be a thing. So I will see you all on the next one. Thanks so much for joining me.